What's going on, guys? Lone Driver Mike again, bringing you another video. Guys, how's it hanging today? Seriously, it's hot, summertime. I love it. I prefer the heat over the cold anyways, but everyone's a little different. But anyways, guys, in this video we're going to talk about waiting for the customer. When I say that, I mean going to the picking up the food and doing all this, driving to the customer's house, knocking on the door, and after, let's say, 5 minutes go by or a few minutes, all of a sudden they don't answer the door. So I'm just going to talk about that a little bit and tell you how to respond to that, and my experiences and all that. So when I get your food, when I'm going to the restaurant, usually it doesn't track you, doesn't notify the customer. Usually the customer gets notified when you arrive at the restaurant, and then it'll say, your food's being made, this and that, and then it tracks it then. And then once the driver picks up the food, I'm talking with any apps, all these apps do it. But when you initially place your order over the app, it's not going to start tracking the driver as soon as possible. Like how long till it takes till he gets to the restaurant. Like, that doesn't matter, because wherever he's at, maybe he's dropping off an order, or the restaurant just got, and plus many times they're still trying to find a driver. Like, they haven't even found a driver yet. So when you just place your order on the app, like, you don't get a driver like right away. They have to find, okay, who's the closest guy. And then a lot of times, I don't know if a lot of customers don't know this, but a lot of drivers will cancel their order because we're not employees. We don't have to accept all the orders. So, like, if it's like sometimes it's late, a lot of times it has nothing to do with the restaurant. They're taking a while. It has to do with the driver's just not accepting your order. Either it's too far away. Let's say the restaurant from your house to the restaurant is just too far away, and then they have to drive to the restaurant, and the money's not enough, like the pay is just not enough for them, or it's just too far, or whatever the reason is, you know what I'm saying? So many times a lot of drivers will cancel the order because it's like, oh, this is only like $3 pay or $5 pay or $6 minimum for, like, all these miles, like 10 miles. So a lot of times these companies will tell us to pay up front and be like, hey, this is what you're going to get paid. Do you want to take it or not? Like, especially with Grubhub and Doordash, they show us the pay up front. So a lot of times it's like, well, to me, that's not enough money for the miles I have to drive. And don't take it personal, but it's just business. So a lot of customers get confused on that. They're like, well, what happened to my order? It's late, this and that. I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, did you add a tip on the thing? And, like, is the restaurant like hella far away from your, and that's what I don't like about some of these apps, because they don't, like, if you're ordering like Mexican food, they should only show you like restaurants that are like close to your house, so it makes it easier for the driver. It doesn't matter about, what kind of tip I'm gonna get, or how many miles. Like, it should be like, in my opinion, I shouldn't be driving more than, like, I would say 5 miles or something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because anything over 5 miles, it's just kind of like, especially, to go pick it up and then go drop it off, it's just a lot of gas, man. And I have to drive to the restaurant if that's far away. Even if, let's say the house is close to the restaurant, but then I have to drive to the restaurant hella far. I still might not accept it. Like, when I work downtown, it's like, basically, I just stay downtown, and my clientele is just people that live downtown, and that's just how it is, and it's not personal. It's just my business. This is how I run my business. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put a lot of miles on my car. I don't want to spend a lot of gas, unless, like, the payout is very good. Then maybe I'll consider it. But yeah, a lot of times they'll have, the customers will just say, oh, where's my order, this and that, or whatever, or they're not checking their app. So, like, when we get to your house and, like, we're knocking on the door and they're not answering, it's just kind of like, come on, guys, you got to answer your door. You got to be by your phone. And so this is what this video is about mostly, is for you guys to, like, check your phone, make sure. I mean, a lot of times people just get busy. I'll even have some people be like, oh, I forgot I ordered food. I'm like, how did you forget you ordered food? That makes no sense. So I'm like, okay. So like us as drivers, if you're having this problem a lot, what I would do is, I don't do this a lot because it doesn't happen to me that much. I mean, it's kind of rare that a customer doesn't answer the door, or they're like in their PJs, or they're getting dressed, or they're using the bathroom, or a lot of times they just didn't hear us knock on the door, or we use the doorbell and their stupid doorbell's broken. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you're a driver and if you don't want that to happen, or you want to prepare the customer that you're on the way, just send a text message. Hey, this is Mike from Grubhub. This is Mike from Doordash. This is Mike from Uber Eats. This is Mike from Caviar. I'm on the way. I'll see you in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You know, I mean, just a courtesy text message. Especially if it's going to take you roughly around 5 to 10 minutes, that should be enough time to where they can receive it. They might not be looking at the phone right away, but, you know, a few minutes go by, or maybe 5-10 minutes go by, and then they see the text message. You know, many times people are not on their phone constantly, and some people are, you know what I'm saying? So the people that are like watching TV, or their phone is like in the other room, or, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so if you update the customer, like when you leave the restaurant, usually that helps out. But even then, I've delivered to customers that actually fell asleep. And, you know, I used to get Doordash calling me like, what happened with this order? I'm like, I don't know. I knocked on the door. Now they have you drop it off. You're not allowed to take the food with you now, which is probably a good thing. But then, like, what if there's like homeless people around, or someone walks by and sees like a random bag of food? They're going to just steal it anyways. So, you know, like, if the customer doesn't like show up, I think it's after 5 to 10. Oh no, with DoorDash it's 5 minutes. So they give us a timer of 5 minutes. So if you don't show up in like 5 minutes, then we cancel the order. But then we're supposed to. That's what DoorDash says. We're supposed to put the food like at your front door, which doesn't matter to me. But don't get mad at me if like your stuff gets stolen, or, you know, it gets missing in the morning. I don't know. Maybe you have neighbors. Maybe you live in an apartment complex. I have no idea. So if that happens to you guys, you know, especially at nighttime, people fall asleep. Even in the morning, I'll have people like, or they're at their business, or, you know, I can't get up to the 7th floor, or they didn't put a room number, or whatever, you know, and you got to call them up or text them. And it just makes me mad when I'm like, I'm trying to do my job, I'm trying to hurry, trying to do the best I can, and these customers are just like not responding. And it's like, come on guys, I'm here now, I'm at your house, I'm knocking. So many times, Jesus, fuck. Sorry, freaking traffic and everything. But yeah, many times it's like, if you just send a text message like, hey, this is Mike, I have your food, I'm on the way, give me 5-10 minutes. And usually that's enough, but you know, it's up to you. I'm saying if you have this problem a lot, I don't have this problem a lot, but if you're witnessing like, man, these customers, I'm knocking, they're not answering the door, I have to wait 2 to 3 minutes, you have to call them up, text them. So, you know, maybe like as soon as you get the food and you're on the way, just send a quick text message, say, hey, this is Mike, I'm on the way, you know, give me 10 minutes, I'll see you soon. You know, many times there are some customers that meet you outside, like Uber Eats, some Caviar customers, they'll like come outside and just get the food because it notifies them, and they're more alert and aware of what's going on. So sometimes the customer will just already come outside when you arrive because they're alert and they pay attention to their phone and all that. But many times customers just like, well, I'm just gonna wait till they knock on the door. You knock on the door, you ring the doorbell, and they're not answering, and then sometimes they're not even home. So I'm just like, wow, you guys are just, I don't know how you guys order. Or many times customer will put the wrong address. I'm like, come on guys. So if you're a customer, make sure that you put in the right address. Make sure that you're home, you're alert, you're ready to get your food. Make sure you have your phone next to you. Make sure you're checking it out. If you get any text messages or calls, most likely it's going to be the driver saying that he arrived or that she's there. You know what I'm saying? That we're here at your house and, you know, we want to give you the food. So a lot of times these customers are just not paying attention. They're still in bed. They're in their PJs. Their phone's turned off or whatever. And that just really annoys me. So us as drivers, what we can do is the best we can do is send a courtesy text message, and when we get there, you know, even say, hey, I'm here now, I'm with your food, I have arrived, and, you know, knock on their door. Don't bang on it, but don't knock on it like a, you know, like a little baby. I mean, you know, knock on it, make sure they hear it, and then maybe ring the doorbell or something. If that doesn't work, then you call them up or send a text message. But a lot of these apps, they'll give the customer, once you report that they're not picking up, they're not answering the door, like with DoorDash, it's 5 minutes. Yeah, DoorDash gives them 5-minute timer. And then these other apps like Grubhub, you have to chat with customer support, and that takes time. So that's like 10 to 15 minutes sometimes. And that just, you know, like, oh, let's call the customer. And it's like, I already called the customer, you know. So that Grubhub's a little bit annoying with that, because there's no timer. You have to like contact support, and then they got to call the customer. So there's really no like timer. But once they say, okay, we understand the customer's not available, so we're gonna we'll pay you for it, you know, discard of the food. That's how they do it. You got to chat with support, and then they got to contact the customer, see if they're available. And then like Uber Eats, it used to be 5 minutes, but I think the timer is now at 8 minutes. So if they don't show up, like I said, you take the food, discard of it. Like I said, DoorDash, you have to leave it at the front door now, or you can get in trouble. And then with Caviar, they give you 10 minutes. So recently, the timer almost ran out on maybe 2 customers, but they ended up responding. So I've never had to cancel a Caviar order. Usually, if it's someone that doesn't answer the door and the timer runs out, it's always with DoorDash or Uber Eats. It's never with Grubhub, or it's never with Caviar. The customer always responds, it seems like. But, you know, that's just how that goes. So, you know, if you're a customer, seriously, try to do your best to have your phone on you. Listen to your door. Don't be in the back room and using the bathroom. And, you know, I mean, especially if the app tells you like, hey, he picked up your order, he's on the way. I mean, just be aware of that. Be aware that you did order food. Make sure you're at your address. Make sure you're home, or you're at your job. Make sure you put in your right address, and make sure you answer your door, man, because we're out here, you know, busting our ass. You know, time is money, you know. And a lot of times we have another order to drop off. So many times I'm just like, hey, ma'am, I got another order. And one girl was like so mad, like, you just got here. I'm like, I've been here for 10 minutes. And she's like, I didn't hear nothing. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. I rung the doorbell. I texted you. I called you. And she's like, oh, that's who that number was. It's like, yeah, who do you think it is? I'm not a spammer or you know, bill collector. You know, I'm trying to drop off your food. So many times, guys, just like I said, just be alert, be aware of your phone, your surroundings, because all we're trying to do is drop off your food, and we're not trying to take 5 to 10 minutes to reach you. You know, if you're not available in 5 to 10 minutes, your food's going to be canceled, and, you know, it's your own fault, because you should have been available. You should have had your phone by you, and that's, like I said, that's really your fault, because 5 to 10 minutes is plenty of time, I'm telling you. And to drivers, like I said, send a text message before you get to the house. Say, hey, you know, Mike from Grubhub, DoorDash, I'm on the way. Give me 5-10 minutes. I'll see you soon. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get there, make sure you knock on the door pretty hard. Make sure you ring the doorbell. Do both. Ring the doorbell and knock on the door. You know? And if they're not responding, send a text message. Say, hey, you know, I'll give you 5 to 10 minutes to respond, or I'm going to have to cancel your order. And then give them a call, and then start the timer or whatever. And like I said, if they don't show up in 5 to 10 minutes, then that's it. That's their fault. Like, they should have responded. They should have listened to their phone. They should have been in the front in their living room. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're not home, but that's their own fault. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we have so much time to pick it up. We have so much time to deliver it. And then a lot of times we have other orders to drop off. So don't take it personal. This is just business. You know, if you know you're not available to pick up your food, and you know, drive there, and if you want to do delivery, then that's fine. But you got to answer your door, guys, because it's really frustrating. But anyways, thanks for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, guys, I appreciate your support. And yeah, that's all I've got to say. All right, guys, peace out. See ya.